What the door, dog?
I don't know. Give me a second.
Lord God.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, man. That was the mail, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what are you doing ringing the doorbell?
Kris, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. How you doing, brother?
Okay, good. Good.
Let me get this thing. Let me make sure it's working. Man, this is part of business, right?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs figure it out as we go.
How you doing, man? So many people so scared though, man. They won't even go out and test anything.
Let me finish my webinar and I'll be done in about 30 minutes, okay? All right, buddy. Oh, what Taylor? Taylor, what you got? Is something real quick? Let me see what you got real quick. We can get started here. Here, you can say hi to everybody.
Hi.
My kids are. Give me 30 seconds. We're doing multiplication. 3 times 4. Which one? This one? You got to take the 6 over. The 0 goes there. Second line is 0. So 0, then the 6 goes there.
It says no.
We're not carrying it. It's 0 is second line. Multiplication, my brother. Multiplication.
Remember them days, boy. Good old school.
Can somebody get Billy out of here?
That's your dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Let me see Billy. Let me check Billy out.
Taylor, can somebody come get Billy? So Billy,
Dad days. What's up, Billy?
Give me SHIT. He thinks he runs things, Eddie.
How long have y'all had him?
We only had him for about 5 months.
Oh wow.
He think he runs stuff, dog. I can't. Anyway, man, the dog is crazy. Looks like we're live, brother Eddie. I'm working. Okay, people. All right. Greetings, class. Kris Haskins here with the realestateroundup.com. I'm hanging out today with brother Eddie Ray. What's up?
Nothing much, Kris. It's a pleasure to be on here today.
Yeah, Mr. Tran. What did you say? I can't call you Eddie no more. What I gotta call you?
You gotta call me Mr. Transaction Engineer.
Hey man, I ain't mad at you. For our viewers that don't know what a transaction engineer is, tell us.
It's a person that can do deals in more than one way. So we're able to buy in several ways and able to sell in several ways, which make our job a lot easier. Versus you can only just do wholesaling, but you send out a marketing campaign of 2,000 leads, 2,000 mailings. You get all these calls, but you only know how to wholesale. So now look at all the other deals that you throw in the trash. Versus, if you're a transaction engineer, instead of you getting 1 or 2 deals out of that 2,000, you may be able to get you 20 or 30.
I like it.
Big difference.
I always like to tell wholesalers, if you only have one tool in your toolbox, everything looks like a nail because all you have is a hammer.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So real fast, Eddie, so much I like talking to you about. Tell me about this fasting. We're gonna get today's training is about how to effectively hire a contractor. Eddie and I have probably lost $50,000. Well, I know I lost about over my career roughly about $50,000. Eddie, how much you think you've lost in money with
Yeah, probably close to that, Kris.
Yeah, about 50,000. I mean, I lost 20 on one deal itself. We're gonna tell you how. First, we're gonna give you 2 nightmare stories of how we lost big money. We're not talking about $10,000. We're talking about major paper. And matter of fact, I know people that have been out of business because of bad contractors. We're going to get to that, I promise. But I got to get in your minds. Eddie, tell me about this fasting thing that you're doing.
What I'm doing is called an intermediate fasting, where you eat only between 12 and 8 o'clock. You can kind of pretty much, well, it depends on your body type. You can't eat, depending on your body type, you can kind of eat what you want. But my body type is, I eat the wrong thing, man. I gain weight like the next day. If I eat like a piece of cake at 6 o'clock at night, in the morning, I have a pound or two around the belly. So I have to be real cautious.
Okay.
But you basically just eat between 12 and 8, and then you fast, for 16 hours. You drink water or coffee. I drink water and apple cider vinegar because it craves my appetite. Plus, apple cider vinegar is really good. It helps cleanse you out and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, that apple cider vinegar is the beef. Eddie, I messed up today, but I'm eating between 4 and 8. So all I do is water. I can feel my body going like this.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. I really think it helps your mind too. When you try to go eat something, you say, no, I can't do that. Let me focus on some business, or let me focus on something else.
Well, I just found out because I was, checking into chakras, the balance of the chakras. You know about the chakras, the energy fields.
Slightly.
They said if you fast like once a week with nothing, no food or anything like that, they help balance the chakras in your body. So that's chakras. To people don't know, there's different energy fields in your body. We are energy, which people don't realize we are energy.
That's all we are.
They help balance, our energy field.
Nice.
By fasting.
All right, we got that out of the way. Let me put questions here. Hey guys, good seeing everybody. Good guys, yes. Good to see people. All right, Eddie, let's get into our horror stories today regarding our nightmares. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel below, guys, and Eddie's channel, and share the content while we're talking. If you don't mind giving us a thumbs up. That thing busted my finger up last week, man. A smaller block.
Yeah, man. You gotta
Give me
get
your
a board.
first nightmare horror story. Not her. Your first nightmare, Eddie, regarding hiring a contractor, because it can really, to me, the contractor is your right arm when you're going into these rehabs, dog. If you don't have a good contractor, man, you're done. Go ahead, give me your story first. Did I lose you? Eddie. Eddie, you there?
Kris.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, it kind of went blurry. Went out a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. Let's start with your horror story, Eddie. Let's give me your horror story first, and then we'll get to my horror story.
Well, my first rehab. Oh my God! Please, guys, do not hire family. Please. I hire some of my family members, Kris. They think every time that I'm on a job, they should work, but when I leave, they should just relax and chill. So I had a hard money loan on the property. They procrastinate. It's my first rehab. They're not working, which cost me several $1,000s because the project was supposed to only take 1 month, but it ended up taking about 4 or 5 months. So we got hard money expenses. They're not, they going through material, not, it's not being conscious of the money being spent because they're not spending the money I'm paying for it. So it was just a total headache. Then we hired a roofer. So me and my mom, we was partnering on this deal. The roof should have cost us, Kris, about $5,000 to get done. So I was gone a couple of days. I had to go out of town. My mom was there left to manage the project with this little slick contractor. He went back and told her the roof going to be $12,000.
Oh my
So the
Lord.
roof went from $5,000 to $12,000, Kris. So she agreed to that without telling me. And when I got back, all hell broke loose. I was totally pissed, man. So, she had already agreed to it, so I couldn't do anything. But I fired him, before I gave him his check, I made him sign off on the, a disclosure that, he can't sue us. He's been paid in full, all this and that. Kind of like a CYA letter for contractors. Had him sign and I just fired him.
So you let him go halfway through the job?
No, I let him finish it up because she already signed off a contract on it.
Okay.
So, we lost that alone was the roof was supposed to be $5. That's $7,000, man. On top of my uncle and cousin, they only want to work when I'm there. I pull up to the property. They're in the backyard drinking beer, just chilling, party with the radio off. Like, oh my God, what I got into. Man, hey, you learn, man. You live and learn.
So when the cat's away, the mouse will play.
Oh yeah. Then
This,
you also got to deal with contractors, stealing material, taking material to another job, saying that they're gonna come finish up your job when they got 2 or 3 more jobs they're doing. You got to be real cautious with those guys. What happened with yours, Kris?
I mean, like we was talking yesterday, Eddie. Where do we start? Where do I start? When I got into business in '04, I thought I was gonna hire a guy, do what he says. I'm not even. I'm just. You know what? Whack damn. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about the one that sticks out in my mind. Unfortunately, we could have probably put somebody through college, dog, with the money that we've lost.
Oh yeah.
But the one that sticks out in my mind, I remember it was back in '08, maybe '09-ish. There was an investor that I heard about, young brother, young black man. I'm like, you know what? Let me get down with this brother. He's doing big things in my community. Saw him around town, drove a Mercedes Benz, very quiet dude. I'm like, hey man, I introduced myself. I've heard about you. Seen you do business. I want to do business with you. So at the time, he was doing multiple houses. I didn't know how he was doing it, but I seen him around, heard his name here and there. So I'm like, you know what? Let me work with this guy. I had some money saved up. At that time, I'd saved up some money. I'll put up all the money. He brought the deal. He was going to do all the work, and then we'll split the profit, the 50-50 deal. I paid for everything. No, the deal was I paid for the acquisition. He paid for the rehab, managed the rehab, and then we'll split it. That was the deal. Which I don't mind doing that. I love doing partnerships, Eddie.
Right.
So about halfway through, I thought this dude was so knowledgeable, knew the business, knew contracting, because I seen some stuff he had done. Allegedly, I thought. Come to find out, I was just paying him because I was traveling back. I was doing like you, traveling a lot at that time. I'm like, you know what? You know what you're doing? I mean, I can't. Who am I? I've only been in the game for 4 or 5 years. You've been doing this forever. I was paying him a little bit of money here and there. He asked me to pay. Yeah, that's right. I had to pay $20,000 on the rehab. That's what it was. So I was giving him $5,000 checks at a time. Ended up paying. He asked for another 10. So I thought he was doing all the work. Come to find out, I had dished out about 30,000, and he had only done about maybe 18 for the work. And the work that he had done had to come back and fix some of it. So I lost about $15,000 just on ripping all that crap out and him taking the money. I think he was gambling the money. But I learned, but I needed to check behind people, man. I hate it, but it's like you got to check behind people.
Oh yeah, I just had a contractor. Okay, it was an insurance job on one of my rental properties, and so the insurance company paid like a nice amount where you can do the whole roof and still make a profit.
Yeah.
So the contractor, yeah, man, I'm gonna do the whole roof. Yeah, I promise I'm gonna do the whole roof. Blase, blase. This guy did? He only did because I had 2 or 3 more estimates. People said they're gonna do the whole roof.
Uh-huh.
Man, this guy, and it's my fault because I thought I could trust him. He was referred by a good person.
Uh-oh.
I didn't ever go in and check the roof or anything like that. But he did the roof, but only what the insurance company said do. So now I got a rental property with half a roof done.
Oh my Lord.
So instead of him completing the whole roof, making the house look nice, now it looks crazy. Because in the front, you can see the new shingles and then the old shingles. I'm like, really, man?
Wow. So for our viewers, I want you to know that Eddie and I are experts. We are experts at this business. Together combined, we've been doing this about 30 years.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if the shit can happen to us, I promise it can happen to you. If I don't know what level you are in your career, starting out, what we want you to do is learn from our mistakes. We want to pour into your life so you can learn and do bigger and better than we did.
Right.
So Eddie, let's talk about how do we find a good contractor? What are some of the things that you do to find a good guy?
What I do now, Chris, to be honest with you, I just go to, research people and make sure they're a member of the Better Business Bureau. Because I'm a member of that also, and I know how you got to make sure you're doing what you say you're going to do, or people leave bad remarks. And people do check that. And I get a lot of business from,
Okay.
BBB. So I go there, man, and find me somebody that I can really rely on and depend on. Is going to get the job done. And if they don't do what they say they're going to do, then you mention, okay, I'm going to leave you a bad remark now. They're
Okay.
going to get it together. So
Okay.
you kind of got to have people like that that's going to be, a man of their word. Because there's so many contractors, Chris, as you know, that they promise this and really don't never produce, or they say they can do a job in 30 days, it take 90 days because they're working on Joe Blow project and all the rest of them. So I just go to the BBB and make sure they're a member of the BBB, man. It's going to cost you more, but either way it goes, if you get a bad contractor and you got to come in and redo the job, it's going to cost you more. So you might as well get somebody good from the jump, especially if you're new. Don't go get somebody at Home Depot. I know down here they got contractors hanging around Home Depot or stuff. Don't go to Home Depot. Get those bootleg contractors. Go get a real.
Now, what's wrong with the? Okay, I'm going to ask you about what's wrong with that, but for our viewers that may not know, contractors, what they do, let's say they got $50,000 on a job that they're working on currently. What they do is they look for work as that current job is ending. They're looking for new work to keep paying their people and to keep money coming in. So what happens is they barely finish job A, they're looking for job B, and they'll try to get a down payment out of the new job B to finish up job A or get some money for themselves to spend. So they're taking money from job B, but they really haven't done job A. Is that what you were referring to, Eddie?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how the game goes.
That's how the game goes, yeah. Well, the better bit, we have different philosophies. That's why I like talking to you. We have different philosophies and different ways of doing business. Just like the NFL, every coach thinks that they're doing the right thing or the best thing for their team. So Eddie has his team in Atlanta. I think is working for him, and I have different points of view, different philosophies that work for me up here. And you can put all that, you can swirl all that stuff in your head, inside your head, and then make it what works best for you. All right.
Right.
So you go to the BBB first. You don't even find the guy first. You don't even. I'm talking about you got to have somebody in mind.
Well, now since I've been doing it a while, I got some pretty good people.
Well, I'm
But
talking
I
about.
buy. Go ahead.
I know you, man. I'm talking about in general. I mean, if you're looking for somebody new, I mean, okay, for me, I like to drive around the neighborhoods and look for the dumpsters in the yard. That's what I'm doing the first thing. Like, so I do a lot of houses, Eddie. Like, I go outside of my area. I don't mind going to a different city to rehab. It's no problem for me.
Right.
So what I'll do, it's my brother. He might let me make sure you're not watching. Go ahead, Ron. Yeah, I'm live. What's up? I thought you had something. Okay, I'll call you back. All right. Sorry about that. That's my brother, guys. Car dealer in Colorado Springs. So I look for the dumpsters in the driveways, Eddie, to find somebody. I mean, for our viewers that don't have people, some people are starting from scratch, Eddie. What did you do to find your guys?
I would say people starting off, they really need somebody that somebody like with the BBB, or like now you can get on the internet and just look for people, look for their references. People always leave comments, good or bad, about the contractors and stuff like that. I would definitely, man, do your research starting off. Don't just start off with somebody cousin, Jimmy, who been rehabbing houses 20, 30 years. No, unless he got a solid reputation. But I would advise your first one, man, just get you 2 or 3 good estimates from some good companies and go from there. Because you go get involved with your cousin over here, nephew, Tommy, or some more people, they gonna get you. And they can smell when you're new. They could smell it when you're a new one. They gonna eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So man, it's better just get some companies. I pick 2 or 3 good companies, check out their references and stuff, and go from there. It's gonna cost a little more, but it's gonna be worth it, man. It's gonna save you a lot of headache. The job's gonna get done, turnkey, and you're on to the next project. But if you get one bad one, that could cost you. 'Cause I ran across several investors that's, oh my God, it's a lot of them just coming in my head. But several investors, man, just getting into the game. They watch HGTV. They so excited. They can't wait to do a rehab. Man, them contractors smell you coming a mile away, boy. They can't wait. They can't wait. So I advise you, man. Just
They be calling their boys, yo. I got one, dog.
we got us one. But so many investors, man. Like just say if you get a project, first of all, if you don't even know how to buy it under Mayo, if you don't know what Mayo is, it's maximum allowed offer. So you want to know if you're buying that property at Mayo. That way you'll know you're buying it right at least. But if you buy it above 70% minus repairs, then you're in trouble. So then you get one contractor that know you knew he's gonna overcharge you. Now you can't make any money. So now you're gonna be stuck with a property that you gotta either rent. You're gonna have to rent it because you can't sell it. So now that goes your flipping. That may kill your dream of flips. You may want to be a flipper. Now that happened to you. You got to rent the property out. Now you're a landlord. Now that broke your momentum from the real estate business because you're dealing with tenants now that you don't want to deal with.
Oh my
Instead
lord.
of instead of flipping it and selling it, making a profit, now you're a landlord because you paid too much for it and you got ripped off by the contractors. You got to be really cautious of that, man. Really cautious, and you need to know, make sure you buy the property right.
Yeah. Buying right. That'll be another seminar. But Eddie, I like to focus for our viewers that, I get calls every day how I find a good contractor. I go to the area. I'm gonna tell you about the last guy. Recently, I go through guys, Eddie, to be honest with you, man. I might pay a guy 30, 40,000, 50,000, then he just disappeared.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's been has it been like that for you too?
yeah, that happened to me. Not that much money, but it happened twice.
I'm saying a guy might do one, two, three, four, five houses, then he's just gone. He might. They come and go. People always say, "Don't you got a team? Where's your team?" I'm like, I have a team, but guys come and go. But I just hired recently. I hired a general. Now, I like to look at it like there are 2 ways I hire it. Sometimes I will want to be the general contractor. Sometimes that way I'm subbing out all the work, or I will hire a general contractor that's going to hire the subs and do all the work. Do you have a particular way? Do you like to do one either way, Eddie?
Yeah, we do both. It just depends on how big the job is, and if I got the time to go around babysitting for
Yeah,
these contractors, because you got to babysit them, and you need to check on them. If you get a renovation done, you need to be checking on that job every day. Or if you
every.
can't get there, have somebody over there checking on the job.
I got a motto, man. Nobody cares about your house more than you. Nobody cares about it more than you.
Exactly.
So I find this last guy I found, Eddie. I wanted to do a 2-story. Remember I was telling you the one about where I added the second story on it.
Right.
I had never done that, so I'm like, let me drive through this neighborhood, see who's out here. Drove through the neighborhood, Eddie, pulled up some comps. I found a guy, Eddie, that was literally building 2-story additions on houses, man. And I'm like, you know what? Let me talk to this guy. So I'm like, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I never want to do, I don't like risk. I don't like trying stuff new. I want to do whatever's the same so we can just duplicate it, right? So I met the guy, saw a lot of his work. I'm going to charge our viewers always look at some of the work that the contractor has done in the past. Do you do that too, Eddie?
Yes, sir. Definitely. You want to definitely check that out.
So
Just
I
go,
went.
we'll just go off the word of mouth. You want to definitely check out the work and call up some of the references too.
Yeah, if a
Uh,
guy,
people.
if he can't give you references, I mean, do you even hire him?
No. And you need to make sure you count your, watch your material too, because some of them will take that material from your job onto another job, trying to finish up another job and use your material on the job. I've had some stealing material. I caught them stealing material, all kind of stuff, man.
That's something, man. Well, let me ask you this: if a job is not but so big, let's say a $40,000-$50,000 job, that's going to be an average rehab. I like to pay labor to them and then buy the materials on my credit card and have it delivered so I know it's there, Eddie. Do you do that?
Yes, definitely.
So I don't want them in charge of no materials. I'm like, look, you pay for nothing. We pay for materials, credit card, because I heard some people, other gurus say they don't do that, which I'm like, I don't know how. I pay you 10,000 for your labor. That way, you don't got to worry about upcharging me for the materials. I have them delivered. Tell me about how you do that, Eddie.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I buy my material. That way I know the real cost and I know what I have. So in case something comes up missing, I know what's going on. See, if they buy the material, they got the receipt. They can take some of that stuff back. They charge you for it because most of the time you're gonna have some stuff left over.
Yep.
But if they bought the material, they're gonna take it back, and you still got to pay for it. You won't even know it's any left.
They'll be using it and then telling you you need more.
You're gonna be the last one to know.
All right, guys. So that's a big one. Make sure you're paying for labor only.
Yes,
Write a check for labor. Write a check. Don't be doing. Oh God, please don't give nobody no cash. Get your W-9s signed. If a contractor doesn't want to do a W-9, I'm like, I don't even talk to me
right.
because I want to make sure I'm reporting all that to the IRS. Pay labor only. Buy the materials at your using your credit card. That way you get the points too. You have $100,000, $200,000 in points. You can go to Disney World.
Right. And don't pay the contractor all the money until he's finished.
Oh, that's a big one. Okay, elaborate on that a little bit, brother Eddie.
I usually give them like a quarter of it up front. Just say if it's 10,000, I give them about 2 or 3,000 to get started. And then depending on the job, I really don't like to pay the rest until it's all done. Sometimes I will make another, quarter of a payment during the middle of the job. Just depend on, the relationship I got with the contractor and how I feel about the situation. If I feel he's a little shaky, I'm gonna wait till he finish the whole job.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me you don't even you might give them something, but you want to make sure they're I call it finaled out before you give them that last bit of money.
Right. And
What?
I always have them sign off on that little contract, the CYA letter. Make sure they can't come back and put liens and stuff on the properties. Because I have seen people come back put liens on contractors come back put liens on the property because they felt like they didn't get enough money or what they was owed, so they want to put a lien because they know you're trying to sell the property. You got to settle with them first before you sell it. So nah, you got to sell it, sign this paperwork, and then you get your last check.
That's right, Eddie. Wow, I love it. This is wisdom here. You know what? I had some guys one time come take my heat pump because the general contractor didn't pay him. He lied and said he paid him. I paid the general, but the general didn't pay the central heating and air guys.
Yeah, I've been through that too. That's why I'm so tight on them, man.
That's
You got to be
wisdom.
older, man.
That's
You
wisdom, dog.
they'll get you, man. It's I tell people it's like babysitting, kind of.
Yeah.
Unless you got a really good solid one, but one you just met or you're not used to using, make sure you're there, guys. Make sure you're there. Make sure if he's doing what he's supposed to do. And you really need to be there every day. Not just sitting there all day, but you need to drop in a couple of times a day just to let them know you're involved because they feel like you're not involved and you don't care. They're gonna have that same attitude.
Wow, that is so true. That's so true. They like, man, if you don't care, why should I?
Yeah.
But I think most of our viewers, as I'm thinking about myself years ago, Eddie, I couldn't really afford the big guy. Like nowadays, I can, it's so amazing. Like I can write a check. I call it 510. Like you got $5 guys, 500, 5,000, $50,000 guys. I can write a check to a guy for one of the guy I know is for 20, 30, 40, 50. I don't have to worry about it. I sleep at night. I know he's going to do right with the money. But there are other guys, contractors, that you write $1,000. You're like, man, I hope this dude comes back tomorrow.
I know.
It's so crazy.
I know,
It's so crazy. I'm saying that for our viewers, it's like there are different type of people, different calibers of people. This one dude, I'm like, here, man, here's 20. I'll talk to you later. I ain't even thinking about it.
right.
And then one dude, give him $500. Like, oh shit. You're laughing because I'm sure you probably have those guys.
Ooh, oh yeah.
All right. You covered my next point. Never pay out too much up front. Eddie, have you paid out what? In my experience, I have paid. Matter of fact, people saw me coming. I remember one time I got a quote for a fence. I paid these guys half to get started. I never saw them again ever. The fence was $3,000. I gave them $1,500. I'm like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Never saw them again. In your experiences, how do you get? Because establishing that initial, I call it the first hurdle. The first hurdle is the hardest hurdle in business. You got everybody's on edge. They cannot trust you. You trust me. Here's the money. I don't know if you're going to pay me when I get done. How do you get over that first hurdle in starting with a new contractor?
Well, like I said, now now I'm more wiser, so I do my reviews and everything on the contractors and stuff. So I mean, I already pretty much know, and I got an address where I could track them in case I need to go sue them and all that kind of stuff. So I make sure we make sure we do our homework first. Make sure you're able to get in contact with that that contractor. You have an address. Make sure it's verified. You just got to cover your butt, man, because they'll get you. A lot of them will get you.
So you're getting somebody's ID perhaps before you even do business.
Well, I would say ID. I get their company name, then I would have my people do their own research, make sure the company is legit, where their mailing address is, and plus I got a skip trace service, so I pretty much do whatever I want to.
You know what? I remember I had to go to a guy's house one time. He didn't show up. I'm glad I got his ID. I'm glad you brought that up. I always get a copy of their driver's license before I do. I'm like, look, I need to know who you are.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Guy didn't show up. I'm like, at his house. What's up, dude? Where you at?
Oh yeah. Can't run now.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if we got any questions here on this thing, man. Good God Almighty. We got a lot of comments on here. Well, a lot of jobs. So on big jobs, I don't mind. Let me ask you, Eddie, on large jobs, do you mind paying for labor and materials out of a check? Or do you break it down, labor and materials separately on large jobs too, say 80, 90?
Well, big jobs like that usually we have a big company, so
Yeah.
big companies like that they usually want to bring all the material and everything like that. So it's kind of a different ball game.
Yeah, me too.
Where they would cover, they would supply the material and the labor. So
Yeah. So you can't always, just for our viewers, you can't always do that labor materials split, so to speak.
but mostly on the small ones you can. 20, 30, 40.
Oh yeah. All right, let me look at our questions here. How do you do? Somebody's saying we got some feedback. I'm gonna plug up my headset, Eddie.
Oh.
Hold tight. Let me know if that's any better on the feedback. I'm doing it. If it works, how do you do a title search for interested properties? What to do? Oh, this is for Lady T. Please, guys, when you put question in, put in your city too. And your city. How do you do a title search? Properties you're interested in doing. Is there a web browser you recommend? That's a good
Attorney.
question. That's from Lady T.
About a title search.
Yeah.
We always get an attorney to do ours. What about you, Kris?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do it myself. You know, you might be looking at 20 houses. I can't be paying an attorney $100. That's $2,000.
Yeah, they charge 150 here.
Yeah, the
I
attorneys
mean,
will be.
me personally, we know how to do them,
Yeah.
but trying to explain that may be a little difficult.
Yeah, that's gonna be challenging. But a title search, yes, I enjoy. You know what? Everybody's different, Eddie. I enjoy Lady T. I enjoy doing title searches. I enjoy going down to the courthouse, or I have the remote access from time. I don't have it all the time. I enjoy going down there and just prodding around. You type in the last name, first name, and then you'll see what deeds of trust are on file, what judgments they may have, all the properties that they own, anything that they bought or sold since since I don't know, for the last 100 years, I would say. But yes, I don't know if they have a web. I don't. Do they have a nationwide title search where you can just log in, Eddie? I would think that that was per municipality.
Yeah, it's per county.
Yeah, so Lady T, you're gonna have to go down. Just go down to your courthouse and say, "Hey, I want remote access." They'll give it to you. Here, it's I think it's $100 a month or something like that. Or you can just talk to the clerk and they'll show you how to do a title search.
Yeah, I know here is you can go online. It's like $5 or $10 for 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Yeah.
Okay, quality childcare. Hey, what city yet? What city yet? Have you guys used a contractor from the list provided at the Home Depot or at Lowe's? Eddie?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, quality childcare. I have actually. They have a list there. Say if you want to get us. That's Eddie. We doing big jobs though. Those guys over there they're gonna be subs to where they might install a window or a door, or they might come do some flooring work, or they might install an appliance or something small like that. But yes, those guys have been pre-screened and they are insured too. I wouldn't mind using those people on small ones. Realist, can't trust nobody. That is true. Can't trust nobody, not even my own mom. We never know.
Yeah.
Wisdom in red. Wisdom in red. Do you guys pay upon completion of the project or give a portion midway, then the remainder upon completion, Eddie?
Yeah, that's how I do. Get a portion, and then they get halfway through. I give them a little more. Then when they finish, I give them the rest.
Hmm. From
But
my
do
ex-
that. Don't give up all of it, man. I'm telling you, boy, they gonna jump ship. You won't see them. It'll be a bad morning when you go to that house the next morning. They gone. You up there looking for the cops. Oh, are you coming, buddy? No, you'll be there all by yourself.
I'm on the way. I'm
They
on the
laugh,
way.
and they
Yeah.
laughing, leaving the bank. No, please don't pay it all up front.
Two things I would say I can't stand it. One of my pet peeves is when contractors at the end of the job they like to beg for I'm like I'm almost done. Why can't you give it up? I'm like, dude, this don't even ask me to get outside of my box. The box is when it's done, you get paid, right?
Right.
And then another philosophy is never let the money get in front of the work. You want the work to be in front of the money. Don't get ahead of them. Don't get ahead of the work.
Right. Yeah,
But yeah, don't let the money get ahead of the work. You're gonna be in trouble doing that. But you don't know that until you live, Eddie. That was from Wisdom in Red. I don't know where she's at. Where you at, Wisdom in Red? If my contractor doesn't have a business license, I don't use them. That's from Street Major. Street Major says if the contractor doesn't have a business license, he doesn't use them. Okay, Wisdom in Red. Wisdom in Red. Where you at? Starting out, where do you most commonly get your rehab funding? You can start on that one, Eddie. I'll come behind you.
well, I use private funds, so it's a different ball game. Private lenders and stuff like that.
You want to share with our viewers what you did last week, Eddie? I don't know you had a meeting.
Oh, well, last week I met with some private lenders about getting some more money. They want to expand their capital. But this guy, he has about 30 dump trucks, about 10 tractor trailers. They carry gas and all kind of stuff like that. So he just want to diversify.
Hmm,
So I'm talking to him about doing some rehabs. Told we'll pay about 8% on his money.
good.
So
Nice.
now you're gonna be just looking through some projects, trying to find a good one for them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, you can use family members. Family members with some money. Ask them to be a private lender.
Yeah. I have done that, and I do that. I started with friends and family, Eddie. I did. I don't see a problem with working with friends and family. People always say, "Don't do business with family. Don't do." I've had a good luck with it in my case. How about you?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think.
you know from them being your friends and family. If you can't deal with them as a friend and family member, then you should definitely not deal with them as a private lender. But if you got a good relationship with them now, yeah, and I always have, yeah, I was approach them because
Yeah.
that's money they can make. Because realistically, money sitting in the bank is useless. It's not making any money, any return. It's not doing anything. So
Yeah.
they probably will be happy for that opportunity just to show. But first, you want to show them how their money is secured by the investment, and then getting into the money details.
Yeah. Yeah. The money's secondary. I'm always a big advocate of the money is secondary. Get the deal and then find the money. The money will come.
Yeah, if it's a good deal, it's gonna attract the money.
Yeah. Just like all we are is sharks in a bucket. It's easy to shoot a shark in a bucket. All right, let's keep moving down here, brother Eddie. So, do you guys pay upon completion? We tackle that. What? Okay, wisdom in red. You didn't even tell me where you at yet. What do you all must include in your contracts with your contractor? That's a good question. Any type of bullets or contingencies, or what type of some language that you'd like to share with our viewers that you want to make sure that's in the contract when they hire the contractor?
Con. I know one of the pointers I put in mind, like I set a date. Okay, just say we agree you're gonna do this in 2 months or 60 days. On that 61st day, I'm charging you $100 a day.
Mm,
So if you're not finished on that the 60th day, then you will be charged $100 a day. So
mhm.
then I make my subtraction on your last check. You're not finished
There you go.
because you got to hold them to some kind of time frame. Because if not, they would drag your project out and cost you money. Especially if you got a hard money loan, that's going to cost you because you got to pay every month.
Dragging them out. Yeah.
Make sure you have a end date, start date, and an end date. If not, you will pay.
You're gonna pay. I like that with $100 a day. I do $100 a day. The same thing. I also like to stipulate at what point are we expecting on the next draw? A draw is nothing but a payment that you're gonna make. Say the job is 100,000. The first or the second draw will be 20. I want to make sure I've got my framing done or my sheetrock done or all flooring done. And guys, when we say done or when I say done, I'm not talking 90%. I don't want to see no paint off the walls. I don't want to see one missing tile. 90% equals zero in this business. 90% equals zero. If the stuff's not done, I don't want you to be asking me for no money. I want it done, flooring done, or the windows in, done. Doors
Right.
in, roof over, roof is in, installed, done. Siding, done. That way, okay, we can advance the money based on the draw schedule. Make sure you have a draw schedule on what work needs to be completed before you're going to advance some more money to the contractor. And a good contractor, he will know that. He won't beg you for dollars here and there.
Right.
And usually I like to hire people that have some money. I got sick and tired of dealing with broke contractors.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Man,
like,
that beat you over the head every second. Hey, can I get a drop? Can I get a drop? Like a crackhead, man.
but try not to if you can. I don't know everybody's situation, but when I stopped dealing with broke contractors, man, my life got easier, Eddie.
Oh yeah. A lot easier, man. Because the ones that's broke, man, they're gonna hassle you every day. They want to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Every day they want to draw. Every week.
Yep, they're gonna try to skim around it. And what I like about the contractors that have some capital, if you don't pay them, they'll just finish the job themselves and then get the money. They don't even care. They're like, listen, just pay me when I get done, and they're gonna move on.
Right. I like those. Them
Yeah.
kind.
Yep. They cost, and I will say they do cost more. They cost more, but you sleep better at night.
And you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for because if it's messed up, you got to pay for it twice. Let me see. All right, what else we got
Yeah,
here?
I've been to that seminar before.
Paying twice for stuff.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's like you pay the maximum anyway. I mean, you might as well just pay one time to get it over with.
Right.
All right, let's move on down here. Street major. Okay, I'm sorry, we got one more. My dad was a contractor. Oh, he knows. Okay. Wisdom in red again. Street major. When you say you pay as you go, what portion do you pay up front, and what portion would you think is acceptable to pay to a contractor up front? You can break it down, Eddie, for paying a large contractor versus paying a labor/credit card contractor.
Well, the large people, they will, they all have different. They, run theirs differently. So that may vary.
Yeah,
But a small guy, small guy, like I said, I'll give them probably like the job is 10,000. I'll give them about 2 grand to start off.
yeah, brother.
Nothing more than that because you do five, they subject to disappear. So
Yeah, they're gone. Eddie, man, I haven't started jobs with. I mean, I guess 2,000 because they got to maybe pay for gas. Yeah, I think 2,000 would be okay because you can bounce back from 2,000. But remember, what is it? Remember wisdom in red on labor slash on jobs where you're paying for labor and then you're buying materials on your credit card. The contractor can suck up his own labor. Only expense you have is going to be for the materials for a small job. The street major, I'll pay for all the materials. That's right, street major. He pays for materials up front. There you go, and pay for the contractor as he completes the labor. I've had contractors start. I'm like, look, I ain't paying nothing but materials. All right, 10% street major does that. Kathy Bradford. Kathy Bradford. Hey, Kathy. She says, what is the CYA? I guess you're gonna have to put that in terms of contractor generalities on this one, Eddie.
well, let's just see what they
It's
for
a
us
CYA letter.
contract. For us
When you get
contract, it's just like I said, the special stipulations about just mostly most of the details. You don't finish by this time, then we subtract $100.
But
The other
you said it was a CYA letter, Eddie, at the end of the job when they're all done. That was another CYS letter.
okay, that's for they can't put any more liens that all the work and everything is done. So all the work is done. Before I give them the last check, they have to sign off that all the work is done, completed. I don't owe them anything else other than what we agreed upon. They have to sign off on it. Then I will give them their last check. But I do
Okay.
that with every contractor because you don't want nobody coming back. You're trying to sell this property. Now they coming back for different reasons. Want to put a lien on your property. Now you can't sell it. So
Mm-hmm.
just out of experience, I make sure everybody who I have involved. I don't care if you put down flooring. You got to sign up on this letter before you get the last check.
Good for you.
You doing interior paint. I just don't want any more hiccups because I had that happen before.
Mm-hmm. Good for
Contractor
you, Eddie.
put it on the property.
Yeah.
Say
What'd you
claim
say?
he didn't get paid. Claim he didn't get paid and stuff like that and tying up the property and
Mm-hmm.
all of that crap.
You trying to go sell it?
Mm.
Yeah, we have something called a lien waiver. A lien waiver. It just says, "Hey, my name is ABC Contractor. I was paid XYZ dollars. The owner doesn't owe me any more money, and we get ours notarized so we can record it against the property. That way, if they come back against us, it's already at the courthouse and it comes up on a title search."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna talk to you no more. I paid you. All right, wisdom in red. Should we GC our jobs or contract them out ourselves? Can she go to the store with a contractor and purchase the materials? Might be safer. She's serious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
And the,
can. Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead.
well, it depends on your experience. If if you know what you're doing. if you're gonna general contract it out, but you got to know what need to be done in what order. Like you don't want to put the floors down and then have somebody painting. So you got to know order how the rehab should go.
Order, and you got to know scheduling. If you're starting out, wisdom in red, I don't think you need to be. I would,
Jeez.
yeah, I would definitely be. I would definitely be my own project manager and be there every day. But you got to understand ordering, framing, electrical, all your subs, all your rough ends. You know, you might not even know what a rough end is, but you got to know what comes order of operations. Without that, I mean, you're done. And you have to do several in order to learn that. I wouldn't want a general my first deal. No way.
No.
They're gonna put the damn towel down, and you're gonna be like, "That looks good." And then a few weeks, all the towel gonna be busted up off the floor because they didn't have any backer board or something. You know,
Whoa.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Bad day.
Street major. If my contractor doesn't have a business address, I don't use them. Good idea. Good idea. Starting out, what do you most commonly get your rehab funding? We went over that one. Oh, I guess you want to touch that one again, Eddie. Where do you get your rehab funding starting out?
Well, I get mine from private individuals, private lenders that I use.
Yeah, but a newbie, I don't want nobody, a newbie. I like to say, listen, if I've got 100,000, if I were to give you $100,000 today, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do? How are we going to do? What are we going to do? You know, if their mayo is messed up, Eddie, I mean, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you got credit cards, you can start off with that.
There you go. Those
All you
checks.
got to do is pay for material.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then some contractors, they don't even want money up front. They'll get into the job, get it going. Then you just pay them, once they get a certain amount completed.
yep,
So
I've
you can
seen it too.
always find some that'll start off, without getting any money and stuff up front.
Yeah, the credit cards, I've done that. I've also done those credit card checks. You can get, can't remember the name of them, but if you can request these checks to where you can literally write a check to people and it'll go against your credit card. I bought
Right,
houses like that too.
right.
All right. Oh, Wisdom in Red. She's in Kansas. That's cool. Street major. Nothing wrong with paying someone until you learn how to do their job. That's very true. You're learning on the job training, street major. I'll be damned. There's another person in Kansas. That's right. Do you pay anything when you go to the courthouse to do your title searches? Camilo Cienfuegos says, do you pay anything to go to the courthouse when you're doing your title searches, Eddie?
Nope. Only thing you got to pay for is, printing.
Yeah, I think it's $1 or 50 cents a page or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Camilo Cienfuegos. Yeah, I don't pay anything either. You will have to, if you go into the courthouse for the first time, Fuegos, you're gonna have to get out of your shell because these people in there, it's kind of like going to the library. You're gonna see a bunch of title searchers, a bunch of lawyers, a bunch of clerks walking around. They ain't thinking about you, so you're gonna walk in there like, I don't know what's. Do you remember the first time you went to the courthouse, Eddie?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of action going on.
Oh man, you walk in there and you're like, holy cow! They got thousands of deed books and deed records in there. Every record back to when the Europeans took over from the Indians. But you're gonna have to assert yourself and talk to somebody and tell them, listen, I want to do a title search on this person. Have the name. If they have a house, have the address too. But yeah, you're gonna talk to the clerk and they'll help you. You got to be
Yeah.
assertive. Don't go down there like, well, I was looking. I
Oh,
want to
Timmy.
see. Oh no, they hate that. They hate that. Know with people confidence. People are attracted. They're magnetized to confidence. That's why people love the channel. People are attracted to confidence. That's how it works.
Right.
All right. Brother Kris, you are killing it. Thank you, Fuegas. Thank you. You're in Boston. Quality Child Care is in Illinois. Street Major. Kris, how much of your profits go back into the next deal? Marketing, how much do you save, etc.? I'll take that one, Eddie. And we can go to you too. I am at Street Major. Great question. I think that is a question that more people need to ask. I am at a place in my life, Brother Street Major, where I'm taking the majority of my profits and I'm sinking it all into my rental properties. I want to have all my rental properties paid off within the next 6 years. So I am. I look at life like a plane ride. When you're first starting, you got so much momentum to get off the ground. It's so hard. So I'm looking at myself. I'm kind of like right here where I want to have. I'm paying off a lot of houses. So I'm taking whenever I flip something, I'm taking a lot of that profit and cramming it down on my mortgages. So we're able to pay houses off very quickly. But I'm not going to recommend that to everybody because I have income, rental income where I can do that. So for me, I'm taking a lot of my profit, paying down principal, and I'm sinking it, the majority of it, into the next flip because I want to be dependent on myself. I'm kind of getting away from the borrowed money per se, so to speak, so I can just have my own cash out there working. Your life when you start using your own money, brother, your life gets a lot easier. You don't have to answer any lenders, you don't have to call anybody. You go to the bank, you write a check. If I buy a house at the foreclosure steps, literally I go to the bank, I get a cashier's check, it's over. Don't have to answer to anybody. Eddie, how about you?
Yeah, my profits, we rolling back into more Airbnbs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Focusing on getting into, more commercial stuff at this stage in the game, like apartment units. I'm like more focusing now on cash flow.
Cash flow.
So that's
We
the stage of the game I'm in, is cash flow. We're still doing flips and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, who want to be chasing another deal, trying to flip? And you maybe want to go vacation for 2 months. How you gonna go vacation? You gotta renovate 2 or 3 properties and watch all these contractors. Nah. So at this stage of the game, we're still doing flips, but my main focus now is residual income. Because I want to be able to just lay back. If I want to take 2 or 3 months off, I could do that without worrying. That cash coming in every month and every day with Airbnb. So
Yeah, we're gonna do a seminar on that one. That's why I like talking to you, brother Eddie, because I think different stages. I don't know about you, but for me, I was thinking, when I did a flip, I'd make 30, 40,000. I thought I was doing it. I'd have made $30,000. I'm the man.
I know,
You
man.
know, but then I
I
was
get it, man.
you talk to the
You
old
feel
heads, huh?
I said you feel so good in the beginning getting those checks like that.
I'm like, nah, I'm like, dude, the first thing I think when I get a big check, I'm like, my first issue is I gotta get it working. It's another problem. Where am I gonna get it working? Where is it gonna go? Because they can't sit in the bank. So people think that having big chunks is like it is a blessing. However, it makes your brain, you have to make it work. You can't just have it sit in the bank because I'm sure, Eddie, getting those big checks years ago, all you do is spend it if you don't have a plan for it.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I was spending that money so fast, it was
That's no
crazy,
fun.
man.
That goes to show you how I'm gonna say I'm ignorant, but it shows you how not wise you are at a younger age.
Right.
You think you're doing something, you're like, man, you ain't doing shit, man.
Yeah, you should be putting that money back into the business, growing it.
There you
Especially if
go.
you just started to. Well, period, but especially if you just started. Get you a
That-
nice check. Most people want to go, where can I go spend this check? Instead of where can I go invest this check?
they
Two
don't
different mindsets.
They don't want to hear that, man. My contractor told me, listen, the wealthy people invest and spend what's left.
Right.
Broke people spend what they get and then invest what's left over. So take that one. I'm cranking. Cash flow is king, dude. Take it from me, Eddie, brother. I wish somebody would have beat it in my head how
Uh,
important cash flow is because life happens monthly. It doesn't happen in big old checks. It happens every month.
month and daily, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Quality childcare. She says, sounds like I need to have someone stay at the property to oversee the work being done. Well, I have. I paid people to go to my houses. I paid somebody to spend the night in my houses because people were stealing my heat pumps.
Oh yeah.
You lost some heat pumps, Eddie? I mean, I'm sure you have.
They steal AC units. Here, the whole AC unit.
They just take that's on they back the truck up.
Yep, they come get the whole AC unit and just take it. We have cages and stuff down here. Depending on the area, they have cages over the AC unit.
You hear that quality childcare? So these are things that people don't take into consideration that you might lose $2,000-3,000 overnight from someone stealing your central heating and air out of the backyard. I've got 3 stolen at one time.
And then some people will break in and steal your material. It just all depends on where you at when you're rehabbing. You
Yeah,
want to stay out. If you rehabbing in a war zone,
watch your back,
I
bro.
advise you to please keep somebody at their house at all times, especially at nighttime.
Oh yeah.
They coming back.
They are coming back. They're watching you. First of all, they got somebody watching you.
Oh yeah.
I'm ashamed to say that I just got somebody. I have to share this because I want to be transparent and I wanted people to learn from our mistakes. I just had somebody break into one of my flips and steal all my appliances, man. So I'll tell you about that later, Eddie.
Dang. It
Thanks.
happens. It don't happen all the time,
Oh,
people. So don't get scared.
nah.
But shit happens. It's life. So you
Numbers.
can't control everything.
The more you do, the more it's gonna go wrong. And you know what they did, Eddie? They took the lockbox because I had a lockbox on there, right? They took the grinder, sliced open the lockbox, Eddie, and took the key out.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Took the
Some
key out.
advanced crooks. Whoa.
Yeah. So it wasn't even that they got in because of the lockbox. You know, I mean,
Damn.
at the end of the day, it's $2,000. You know, I mean, I'm mad, but I'd rather have my time back to spending $2,000.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it happens.
Gotta keep moving. Keep it moving.
Treat
Keep it
major.
moving, guys.
The contractor's final payment a little early. I give him a cigarette. Yeah, that's true. Jamal Thomas, do you have them sign lien waivers? Yes, that's what we said a minute ago. They're signing lien waivers so they can't record any type of mechanics lien against your house. That's yes. Great information from Tampa. Stay polished, airbrushed cosmetics. Thanks from Tampa. Thank you for chiming in. Macon, Georgia. That's for you, Eddie. Did you start out flipping or renting, brother Eddie? Family first in Macon, Georgia.
I started off flipping. Now my mentor told me do not start off doing a rehab. But as men, as always, we like to reinvent the wheel. So what I do, go start off with a rehab. That was a nightmare. That's the one I was telling you about where my family was chilling and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I started off flipping because you want to generate some cash. Now,
Yeah.
my first deal though was a subject to. My first deal was a subject to, and I think the second one was like a rehab. Then I did a wholesale deal.
Mm-hmm.
My first deal was a subject to. I think I gave the seller $2,000.
Okay.
I ended up getting like 7,000. I gave her $2,000, and then I had to close. So I was at about 3,500. I put it out there on the lease purchase and got $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
I made a couple of thousand up front and about 300 per month when I was renting it out.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Yeah, I don't if you're asking do we recommend flipping or renting? I do not recommend you flipping until you have I'm sorry, I don't recommend you renting until you have some capital because one repair is gonna wipe you out.
Yep.
So I recommend you to either flip paper or flip houses. Yeah, one of the two. All right. Hutchinson Newton. If your numbers don't make sense, don't stress it. That's true. What information do I need? I'm sorry, Jason Smith. Jason Smith. I don't see where he's from. What information do I need to learn for getting my first wholesale check? Do you give out free copies of your book so I can get one? Oh. Shoot me. As a matter of fact, Eddie, give me your email. I'm sorry. This is Eddie's email. What's your email, Eddie?
EDIERAY, the number 8 at Gmail.
All right, Kris, email. KRIS. My email is chrisbuyhouses@gmail. Any specific coaching question that we're talking about rehabbing today. But yes, I can shoot you a copy of the book if somebody needs one. Jihad. These guys are having a conversation here on the thing. He said he'll be a guest when he gets his first check. Nice. Jason Smith. Okay, dollar signs DZTV, dollar signs DZTV. Would you mind explaining what qualifies as a turnkey property? That seems to be a big thing on bigger pockets. Everybody, sometimes they just call it a turkey property, a turnkey property. Is that simply a house that's already fixed up, but the seller leaves a little bit of equity on the table in the deal, Eddie?
Turnkey means it's ready to go, ready to sell. It's already ready. No repairs. It's ready to sell. Ready to be put on the market.
Turnkey, yeah, okay. Turnkey or ready to rent.
Yep.
All right. You got that dollar sign DZTV. So that's something, a house that doesn't need any work. I see a lot of people on bigger pockets offering turnkey rentals. I'm just like, I'm sure there's some good deals out there, but that's going to be for more people that want to be completely passive, in my opinion.
Yeah. Be passive, and they're gonna be selling to you for at least 80, 85% on the dollar. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you got some money, you trying to do a 1031 tax exchange, you want to roll some money into that,
Yeah.
it'll be good for you. But
Yeah, where it doesn't, it's actually irrelevant what you pay for, as long as you're getting your cash flow,
yeah,
get your money back. Tim Brown, hey, from Northern Virginia. Full-time job for now. That's cool, brother. We all been there, sir. We've all been there. Sounds like rehabbing is for advanced investors with cash reserves in case something goes bad. Do you agree with that, Eddie?
yeah, you need to have some cash because you're dealing with rehab and anything. Is you always gonna go over budget with a rehab. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Always.
You got to be prepared for it. And if you're not, then your house won't get finished, which is going to cost you money because you can't sell it.
Hmm.
As a newbie, I would start off wholesaling, wholesale lease option, stuff like that, where you don't really have to put any money, get any money involved. I think we give $10, something like that, to our sellers. $10.
Gotcha.
Anything under 200,000, anything above, we may get $100.
Uh-huh.
If you deal with, the bank or something like that, it's gonna be $500 earnest money, stuff like that. But an individual seller, we really don't give them too much money.
There you go. There you go. But yes, I say the more money you have in it, the better you sleep at night. I promise you. But that is, and before I move off with that one, Tim Brown, thanks for chiming in. I don't want you to think that, and all of our viewers, I get asked all the time, where do you get the money? Where do you get the money? Money, money. If I had the money, if I only had the money. It's not, this business and even business in general is not about the money. Well, first of all, what is your plan? Because the money will come once you get your plan put together. What is your plan? Even me, people come to me with deals all the time. I'm happy to put the money up as long as you got the plan and the expertise to even handle it. What are you going to
Right.
exchange? What are you exchanging for the money that you're asking for? What are you
Yeah.
exchanging, Eddie? I mean, I'm like, what?
Right.
I know what we exchange. We exchange luxury housing, no repairs. You move in. I'm talking about when I do a flip. I can charge top dollar for my flips because we do everything. I spare no expense. So we're exchanging that value for the money that we get in return. What about you, Eddie?
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
So the money, if I only had 5 cents every time I heard somebody say, "All I need is the money," and I'd be good. Did you hear that a lot, Eddie?
Yeah, they all think it's about the money. It is about the money, but you got to bring something to the table too.
Hmm. Whether it's going to
And
be,
you can't expect somebody to trust you with 200 grand and you never did a flip before.
yeah, yeah. I don't think that's not. Mother Nature wouldn't call that a fair exchange. Dollar signs, street major. Let's see. Yes, that's right. Street major, the turnkey property is something that's ready to be moved in. That is absolutely right on street major. Has nothing to do with equity. Street major, you're actually right on that also. Okay, Renee Laviscount. I don't know where she is, but with regards to paying, I prefer to pay upon completion of stages as planned, agreed, and completed by the contractor. Very true. Very true. Wisdom in Red wants to know, she's looking at some fourplexes today. Any advice? What should she be looking for when she goes to look for her fourplexes? Anything you can chime in? What should she be looking for?
Whatever you decide, you need to make sure. Once you put a property on the contract, if you're gonna keep it, if you're gonna keep it for the investment and rent it out, get a home inspection.
Mm,
I advise any property that you're gonna put money into, gonna do a rehab or anything, get a home inspection, guys, because you can't see what they can see.
mm-mm.
Now, not all home inspectors are the same. You know, some they just do the basics, but some really get into it and find, look for everything.
Yeah.
That way, if you do find some unexpected stuff, you can go back and renegotiate with the seller. Just say you got on a contract for 100,000. You come back, see it got termite. Now your contractor said it'll be 3 or 4 grand to get that fixed. Now you come back to them, hey, it's gonna be 3 or 4 grand to get this fixed. I need you to go down to 95,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use that for as a negotiation. But that'll be the best couple of $100 you paid. Now, if you're gonna wholesale it, you just look at it and whatever, do your little numbers and wholesale it. You don't have to get a home inspection. But if you're gonna keep it as a rental or a rehab, get a home inspection.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a training, Eddie, on how to properly and quickly estimate repairs for our viewers.
Yeah, they probably You need that. They need that.
But I think I have done home inspections, Eddie, but my golden rule is I always, always, always at least get a termite inspection. Because
Right.
if it's not gonna pass that termite inspection, you ain't gonna be able to sell it to nobody. The lender won't even fund the deal. So at least the termite inspection is only going to cost you $100 as opposed to the full home inspection. If the termite inspection is bad, the home inspection is going to be bad. But
Man,
sometimes, huh?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. But sometimes the home inspector may not be qualified to quantify termite damage. Go ahead, Eddie.
I was saying we had actually renovated this property, put it on the market. It was it was getting the buyer was scheduled to close in like 2 weeks. She had a home inspection done and found termites. So we had to tear a whole wall down, man, and replace studs, sheetrock, everything. I'm like, wow. But one good thing that home inspector showed me was how to find out if a property does have termites. So you just walk around the exterior of the home and look for like little trails, like
Termite tubes.
little lava trails. What you call it?
Termite tubes.
Yeah, any kind of tubes around the base of the bottom of the house. Just walk
Mm-hmm.
around and look at it. Look for any kind of rotten wood. Some could be water damage though, so you gotta, look, pull it apart, see if you see any eggs and stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that termite damage will kill you. I had that same thing, Eddie. That's why I always get a termite before I even buy it, because I have been at the closing table, and then the termite inspector, because all it is a piece of paper that they need.
Uh-huh.
You ready to close? You got that money. You ready to go spend it, and then the termite come in bad, and you're like, okay, I'm done. I got to go back in here and re-renovate the house.
Woo,
Good
man.
God,
Out of all these years, it only happened once, but I learned a lot. I'm like, serious?
go
Man,
back
we
into.
I thought we was gonna close. Oh my God! And we had to go there and tear a whole wall down, man.
I've
Replace
been
a
there.
couple
I've been
studs,
there.
man.
But you learn, right? You learn to get an inspection.
Right.
Michelle, I don't know where you are. Michelle, Chris, before you became a mentor, who was your mentor and how did you hook up with him? She wants to ask me that, then I want to ask Eddie too. I got to pay homage to the old rich white dudes, Lonnie Scruggs, Mike Cheatwood. They are both passed on to the afterlife. If you watch any of my other videos on YouTube, these
Wow.
dudes, huh?
I didn't know they were gone.
Yeah, they gone, man. The one guy was 80 something years old. He was a millionaire real estate investor. He owned several mobile home parks. He
Yeah,
owned a whole
that's the
park.
money, man.
I used to go to lunch with Lonnie all the time. He'd say, Chris, I'm telling you, da 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 da. Just tell me. He would tell so much knowledge. But then Mike Cheatwood, his whole demeanor was so serious. The guy never smiled, but he was very polite. And he'd talk like this, and he'd even tell a joke, and he never laughed. and he was my president before I became the vice president of our local RIA. You know, join your local RIAs. I would say that I was the vice president of ours here before I got out of it. But Mike Cheatwood was the president, and I would just go early to the RIAs to hang out with Mike. And he introduced me to short sales back in 2005 before they were even popular.
Yeah.
You know, so I met them at the RIAs, and I just went early and I just bought them lunch, bought them dinner. I'm like, listen, can I buy you a drink? Or I went to my RIAs and hung out with these. You know, whenever the old rich white dude talks, you know, you just be
Gotta
quiet.
listen.
You just
You gotta listen. Soak up that game, man. That knowledge.
How about you, Eddie? How'd you meet your mentors?
Well, that's my mentor was Ron LeGrand. He's been teaching now 40, 50, about 40 something years. So that was the first seminar I actually went to. And
So
you know,
you,
we paid $5 grand. It was called the Millionaire Maker,
mm,
5 day intense seminar. And man, there was so much information. My head was like, oh my God.
was that when you learned how the rules of not putting houses in your name and not qualifying for debt and all that?
Yeah, I was blessed, man. I don't know if he still teach that seminar with all that information like that, but
Mm-mm.
I was blessed, man, to go to that my first seminar to go there and learn everything, man. We learned wholesaling, rehabbing, subject twos, short sales. Man, it was a couple of different things. I think like 5 or 6 different things off the bat.
Acts,
So,
lease options,
well, he wasn't into acts then. I think that came out of
10,
2010 or 12. But he was showing lease options and
lease
stuff like
options.
that.
Yeah. So
But
Eddie, I got
that really changed my life, man. That was a blessing.
good for you. So I got to be honest with you. I've taken Ron LeGrand stuff too. I mean, the guy, he is one of the rich white dudes you got to listen to too. You know,
Yeah, that joker ride around. I don't know if he still got that jet now, but he used to have a jet.
he got rid of the jet. I thought.
Yeah, I think he did.
You been to the restaurant, the second one down there?
Nah, he sold one of them.
The first one he lost. I sold it or something.
Yeah, he took a major hit. He got rid of that jet after the market crash. Because
Mm.
you know, you would think big guys like that kind of know the market, but I guess he didn't. Because he was had some big developments going on. He said
Yeah.
personally he didn't take any losses, but as far as the bank wise, he had a big bank loans for I think 100 million or something like that for some new development. So when the market crashed, they try to come after him for the debt, but like he said, nothing in his name, so they can't get anything.
Own nothing, control everything. Yes, I saw the development too. Okay, let's move on here. Foreign IPA. AO. I was a little bit late on the checklist to rehab. Can you send it to me too? Yeah, y'all send that over, please. Dollar signs TV. How do you know when it's safe to invest in an updated house without much of a discount since it's move-in ready, Eddie?
Hmm?
Dollar signs DZTV wants to know how do you know when it's safe to invest in an updated house without much of a discount with little equity since it's ready to move in? Oh boy.
I mean, why would you? If there's nothing to do, what would you put money into?
Well, she
I
wants
don't
to know
understand.
how do you know when it's safe to invest in an updated house without much equity since it's
If,
already ready. Well, I guess yeah. Why are you even buying a house that with not a lot of equity? We don't even buy everything has a discount. Is that where you're going, Eddie?
yeah, because I'm trying to understand. Now, I can understand taking over one subject too, or doing a lease purchase or owner financing, but
Mm-mm.
just coming out with a large amount of cash, paying for it,
Paying market rate too.
no equity, nah.
Dollar signs DZTV. The reason we're having trouble with that is because our brains, we live in a world where we do not pay market value or anywhere close. If the shit is fixed up to the T, we're still only paying 70%. Is that how you doing it, Eddie?
Unless they agree to terms
No,
like
she's
lease
talking about
purchase, owner finance, and something like that. But as far as
no,
writing
she's
a
talking
big
about
check for it, no.
yeah. We just don't do that. I recommend you not to. knock these out. So I'm going. My last day. I'm going to Busch Gardens today. One more time, Eddie. Then I'm taking the kids
Tell
one
it
more
to
day.
start up.
Yeah, we love it, man.
Yeah, it's getting cold. When does it get cold up there, Chris?
About the same as Georgia. About middle of September, close to October, but it don't really get cold till like December. So it's
Oh,
105 today, Eddie. It's 105.
wow. I haven't even been outside yet.
Don't go. All right, let's see. Let's get this wrapped up. So many questions. I mean, got a lot of statements. Are there any wholesalers that are successfully getting? I'm sorry, Michelle. Are there any wholesalers or that you know of that are getting successful incomes that are online here? Oh, that's for our chat list. People can chime in with that.
Oh,
Street Major, King David. How much, King David? Where you at, King David? How much money would you invest into a subject to or a rent with lease option property so that you can have passive income, Eddie?
to a subject to.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna put it depends. If it has equity, that it depends on if it has equity. Also depends on how much will I be able to put somebody in there on a lease purchase for. So if I'm going to get this seller $5,000, can I get that money back plus profit when I put somebody in on a lease purchase? So you got to know your market, know the area. You can't expect for $100,000 house you're going to get 15 to 20 grand. That's a rare case. You may get lucky, but normally it's going to be about 5 grand.
Mm-hmm. I've
So
seen that too.
you just got to make sure you will be able to get your money back. And does the house have equity? Like if a person don't have any equity in it, I'm not giving you 5 grand for what? I'll give you $1,000 maybe.
Maybe.
I'm doing you a favor by taking over your debt with no equity.
You got to give him a little punishment, Eddie. Just a little
Yeah,
smack on the wrist.
it's not a non-profit organization on purpose. Shit. It's for profit, baby.
So, okay, so you look at what you can get out of it for regarding a down payment and what you can get out of it for income. So, I mean, do you have he wants to know about passive income, King David. No, don't forget to tell me where you're at, King David. How much do you want passive income, Eddie? I mean, is that something that you think about?
Say that again, Chris. Yeah,
He wants to know how much do you want for passive income?
per month
Yeah.
off a subject to.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I don't want to take. I have to at least have $300 a month, 250 to 300 a month, because I got property managers, so they're gonna want 10%, 8 to 10% of that.
Yeah.
But my mentor, they're taking them over now if they only make $50 a month because of the debt pay down.
Mm,
And you put somebody on the lease purchase, so you don't have to worry about making any repairs or anything. So I mean, it kind of makes sense.
gotcha.
Well, it make a lot of sense because a lot of my subject to properties people haven't bought, so they've been paying down the mortgage. So it makes sense. So just rent it out as long as you make some kind of profit and put somebody on a lease purchase. Now, I wouldn't take it over and just rent it out.
Oh no.
Man, your ass in trouble because you're gonna have to fix something every month. So that cash flow, you won't be making any cash flow.
Repairs.
You'll be in the negative, red zone.
So is it true? You know, it's weird. I tell people ask me, are you in the rental business? If I were to ask you that, Eddie, if someone comes up to me and says, "Do you have rental property?" How do you answer that? What's the quick answer? Did you just tell them yes, or what do you say?
I just tell them, no, we sell ours on lease purchase or owner finance, which require a down payment.
That's your one-liner.
Yep. You don't have no money.
No Monday, hunty. All right.
I can't deal with rentals, man. I started off with rentals, man. Oh, that's the worst. I see why people don't want to be in real estate. If you're doing just rentals, it's kind of tough, man.
It ain't no
You got to
fun.
be responsible for repairs. They're gonna call you for everything. Jesus Christ, man. I'm getting flashbacks just thinking about it.
I see your hair turning gray.
Man,
We've been
I
on.
would get in the lease purchase business, guy.
There you go.
Unless you could just, you got a property that's free and clear now. You can afford to, make a couple of little repairs and stuff like that.
Shit, I wouldn't want to. I got property free and clear, and I still do lease options. I ain't doing nothing. I'm done. I don't. People ask me, "Do you do rentals?" Lovingly, I say yes, but I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't do rental property no more. Take it from us, guys. Get out of the rental business. Get into the lease purchase business.
Yep, no repairs. In mine, Chris, how do you do yours, Chris? I put in my contracts after 30 days. I give them 30 days to, live in the house and make sure everything's working. And then after that, they're responsible for all the repairs.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, I don't do it, but I mean, if they call me for something, like, matter of fact, I had a guy call me, had a sewer line clogged up. We'll fix it. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, you don't want to knowingly put some. That's bad karma. I would definitely do that. That's a good motto. 30 days, good motto.
Now, if the doggone AC unit or something like that go out, we'll replace something major like that.
You
But
got
don't
to.
call me for a freaking toilet, man.
Yeah.
Some little small stuff like that. You can handle that.
There you go. Okay. New Jersey, Street Major, what's up? Jason Smith, Charlotte. Y'all, please give us a thumbs up so we can get out of here. Been an hour and a half so far. How much money, Mr. Middleton wants to know, Eddie, how much money did you start out with when you got started in the business?
Chris,
Hey, you there? Can you hear me?
yeah, it's kind of
I'm sorry.
going a little. Okay. Say that again, Chris.
My Oh, let me back up here, man. We got about 30 more minutes of questions. We're gonna have to knock these out, Eddie.
Well,
I gotta get to Busch Gardens before 2.
yeah, I got to pick up my daughter too.
Okay.
About to.
Good God, I'm backing up. I mean, hold on.
It's that many?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have how much money did you start out with, Eddie? Get it. Let's knock this out quick. How much cash did you have when you started?
zero.
Wow. Okay, you answered it.
Hey,
Zero.
I had zero, and you know what I did? When I was so hungry, I print out some flyers, and I went around to all the vacant properties and put flyers on the vacant property doors. And I had a lady call me about probably 2 or 3 weeks after that. My flyer say, please, if you're not ready to sell, please keep this flyer with your most important documents. And so she remembered that. She pulled it out, called me up, and I made 15,000 on the deal. And it cost me
Wow.
zero. Well, what, 10 cents to print out the flyer and a little gas. I mean,
Wow.
if you really want it, man, you just gotta go get it, man. You go door knock, you pick up the phone, you put out flyers. You gotta get aggressive because ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You gotta go get it.
Sounds like you had the attitude like I have. I think all entrepreneurs have. I will do this. There is no plan B. I will make this work.
Yeah,
That's
you gotta go all in.
good for you, Eddie. That's a good story.
Especially if you want to change your life, you gotta go all in.
Hmm.
Yes, you're gonna get frustrated and all that stuff, but you gotta keep going. I
Well,
think that's the key to life anyway, man. You gotta keep going, man. You're gonna get hit across the head, slapped across the head plenty of times. But
well,
you
the
gotta
enemy,
pick yourself back up and keep going.
yeah, the enemy wants you to stop, and I think Americans we don't have a good true definition, or we can't quantify temporary defeat versus failure.
Right.
Temporary defeat. Is this temporary defeat or is this failure? Do I need to try something different? It's just kind of something we need to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Do I have to provide cash to the seller when I buy a subject to?
It depends on what you negotiate. Depending on if it's any equity, it depends on if repairs are needed. There's
Gotcha.
a lot of things come into play.
She wants to know, can she just Wisdom in Red wants to know, can she just give them a portion of the down payment when she receives it? That is yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that's how I structure mine.
I wouldn't give them nothing until I get it done. You want less outgo, more income.
Right.
Val Malinze says, do you use one insurance company for all of your properties, Eddie?
We got a couple. I think we deal with about two people, two or
Gotcha.
three different companies.
How can I create? I'm sorry. Unique Solutions asks, what city? Come on, guys. What city you from, dogs? Doggist. Please let me put that in there. Please type in your city with question. How can I create a deal? So Unique Solution says if the home has a balloon. Oh boy, you're in trouble. Is there a way, Eddie?
Woo. I gotta scratch my head on that one. That balloon, you as far as I know, you gotta pay it off.
Leave it alone. Don't even try.
Unless it's some equity in it where you can make some money.
You gotta make that money quick though. I don't want to be on that. Appreciate your brothers. Tim Brown sharing this little scary but super necessary information. You're welcome, Tim. Michelle wants to know, is it possible to get hard money to do a wholesale deal?
You don't need it.
You don't need any money with that, Michelle. We gotta get you a little more information on some more training. We'll give you the book. That's way too much. Jason Smith, all for free. Street Major, the key to business is to obsess over it. Yes, you're 25. Wow, that is cool. Just learned how to do the business 2 years ago. I probably watched every video YouTubers have to offer. Cool. Yep, you gotta be obsessed with it. Lovingly obsessed. I think Eddie lives in the. I tell people, we live this world. You know, it's not like in and out. Hey, Till, what's up, buddy? Go ahead. You can have some chips with your lunch. Yes. Dollar Design. How do you deal with a seller that asks for proof of funds before they sign the purchase agreement? It has been a roadblock for me in the past. Good question.
There's plenty of sites you can Google a proof of fund.
Yeah. We give it to all
So
the
go
mutual
on
funds,
Google,
Eddie.
man, find you one.
Yeah, we give all of my inner circle members. If you need a proof of funds, I'll spit one out for you. No problem with that. But yeah, you better have one. Usually, you know what's weird, Eddie? The older I get, it's like when you talk, people believe you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm like, look, I don't have time. I remember Ron would say, "I'm too old and rich to waste time." It's like I don't have time to be BSing people. Like, listen, we're doing this, and this, and let's get on down the street.
Right.
I've rehabbed 5 houses, street majors, nice. Wow, at 25, it's cool. What is an RIA? Jason Gomez wants to know what an RIA is. He might be asking about what an IRA is. What's RIA? Eddie? Jason Gomez. You know what an RIA is?
All right.
Jason, you might want to put that in again. I don't know what that is. If you want to know what an IRA
Maybe
is,
yeah, that's what he made me IRA, probably.
that's an individual retirement account, Jason. Individual retirement account. We'll do a whole nother training on that. That's a whole week in itself.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, Rod Clark. Rod Clark. The market I'm looking into, you can get properties for under $25,000, but banks don't finance that low. So where can you get the money to buy those type of properties? Eddie?
Private lender.
Privately, I would use private people for some. Guys, when you're buying a house for $25,000, and I have done it, the risk is so low. Unless you're in Indiana or in like a super war zone where it might be worth 5 or 10. But even if you rented it out for $500 a month, you have your money back in 4 or 5 years. So
I wouldn't even mess with those little properties, man.
well, those are the cash flow kings around here, though.
Really?
I mean, I could pay $25,000, Eddie, and then make $850 a month.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Can you do that there?
Yeah, just you need a bulletproof vest and a couple of couple grenades and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can
In
do.
the war zones, I don't know if you'll get them that cheap. You may get them about 40. You get some for about 40, 50.
Gotcha.
When that market crashed, oh my God, it was so cheap. We would pick them for 5,000, 8,000, 10,000. Now they worth 160,000, 150,000.
Oh my gosh,
Man,
that is so cool. Street Major says go to your local RIA. Go to meetup.com, meet some people. Go meet some people.
yeah.
Don't hang out with broke people. Shit, don't hang out with broke people.
Hey, they say if you hang around two broke people, you'll be the third one.
That's
That
so true, dude.
mindset will shift onto you.
Well, not only the thing is, people don't understand that you borrow for your people you hang around. You borrow their ideas, just like you borrow their car or you want to borrow their lawnmower. You also borrow their ideas, Eddie.
Yep,
I
exactly.
think Michelle.
100% true.
Yeah. Ron, Colorado Springs. Ron. Hey, my brother Ron. Can I get those documents? Yeah, shoot me an email. I'll give you the subject to stuff or Eddie. I don't see any more questions. All these heads talking to me. I'm going to be quiet and keep reading, Eddie. If you want to drop any wisdom while I'm reading, go ahead. Some final thoughts as we get out of here. I'm going to read these last few questions, Eddie. Well, give me your final thoughts on rehabbing. Finding a good contractor.
My final thoughts on rehabbing, guys, is to do your due diligence, get a home inspection, especially if you're new. If you're in the game, you can pretty much see what's going on. But if you're new, you want a home inspection because you want to get familiar with a home inspection yourself. So when you're selling, you're gonna know you'll know what the buyer home inspector gonna look for. And when you're buying, you need to know what you're looking for, what kind of surprises that you may run into, and that home inspection will kind of eliminate a lot of those surprises, especially if you have a good one. So, and make sure you're not buying a property in a war zone, trying to flip it because war zone properties they only going to be rentals.
Only going to be rentals. Please remember that, guys. Good God. You think you could go down there and get a killer deal? You bought this house for $5,000. You're going to sell it for $150.
Shit, not in this lifetime.
You seen them coming and going doing that, ain't you? I seen them, bro. I'm like, you sure?
So don't buy anything in a war zone looking to flip it because you're going to most likely be stuck with it.
That's right.
It's going to be a rental.
With regards, Donovan Mitchell. Hey, Donovan. Hey, guys. With regards to subject 2, how would you handle a property that is underwater where it's only worth $260, but the mortgage is $270? Rental amount would cover the mortgage. Eddie, that's your specialty.
Yeah, just put them in there on the long-term lease purchase.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the market should be come back around and the debt paid down within about 5 to 10 years. So just put them on a long-term lease purchase, 5 to 10 years.
Brother Donovan, you better get a down payment, brother.
Oh yeah, 200,000. You should take no less than about 15 grand.
Yeah, 15. You might have to give the seller a couple
I
thousand.
say 10 on the low end. I wouldn't go any lower than 10 on your down payment.
What you have there is a $260,000 property. I mean, just imagine how many few people have that to offer in the marketplace, right, Eddie?
When you resell it, okay,
Oh
they
my
owe
goodness.
270. What do you say? They owe 270 on it.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you mark up the purchase price to about 280.
Yeah.
290, something like that. You can mark it up how you want to go, really.
Something
I
like
mark it up to about 280, 290.
Mm-hmm.
Resell it like that for 290. Most people who buying a property, they get on a lease purchase or on a finance, they really not too concerned with the purchase price. They just want to get in a new home, man, for their family. So mark it up a little bit, that'll cover it, and put them in on a long-term lease.
You know, you can always just list that contract with a realtor too, Donovan. Just go to a realtor and say, "Hey, I got this property. They can get in for 10,000 down, 1,500 a month. Would you throw it on the MLS? What would you charge me?" And just be quiet, see what they say. You do not have to own the property to list it on with a realtor. I love it. When you get someone on the phone, dollar signs TV. When you get them on the phone, they tell you that they have a pretty house, not too much updated needed. They all say that shit. They're obviously interested in the cash offer. Do you ever pitch lease purchase over the phone, Eddie? Do you purchase? Do you pitch lease purchase over the phone?
To my seller?
Yeah, I don't.
What do you mean, like?
Do you do a pitch over the phone? Do you offer lease option over the phone to buy?
To buy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we first come in, try to buy a subject to first.
Over the phone. She wants to
Then
know
they don't go
strictly
for
over the phone.
subject to, then we go owner finance. Then if they don't go owner finance, we'll go to lease purchase.
But do you do it over the phone? She wants to know, dollar signs wants to know if you do it over the phone.
Yeah, I do. Because I don't want to waste my time. So I want to make sure it's a go before I send somebody out there to get a sign up.
That's brutal. Okay. Personally, I would like to at least see if the joint is falling down or not, because they all say, "Well, Chris, it don't need that much. It don't need that much work."
Yeah, but I want to know their motivation before I go out there and waste that time. So I know if you
Gotcha.
kind of leaning towards a lease purchase or you open to that, then I got a deal. But I know automatically you close to it. And when I get there, you still gonna be close to it most 9 times out of 10.
Mhm.
I wasted a lot of time like that in the past, so now I need to know. You gonna play ball or what?
Eddie, on those joints, I make them have I request that they have the bank statement there when I get there.
Right. You
They'll
want to
do it.
definitely see that bank statement.
They're serious. They're
The
serious.
last one too, because that way you can tell if they're behind or not.
Yeah, I want no 5-month old bank statement. You ain't made the payment in 5 months.
They'll do it too.
Chris, King's Works. I like that. King Works. Chris, is it possible to find a hard money lender to lend 100% of the purchase price to rehab someone who has no skin in the game and has never done a rehab before? Good God, I gotta pray on this one. It is possible to build a house with a hammer. I got to start with that. But do you want to do that? I'm gonna have to lean away from that. But yes, it is possible. I'm just gonna get that. It is possible. Can Michelle? Can Eddie give out his email again? He's open to questions by email. Eddie, can people ask you a million questions on your email?
Yep.
What is it, Mister? What's your email again?
EDIERAY, the number 8 at Gmail. So it's Eddie with one D, Ray, the number 8 at Gmail.
Got it in there. Now, y'all need to know Eddie is a part-time model. He's a part-time model. He does modeling in his part-time spare time too. So
Yeah, I
yes,
think we're gonna have to get on that RA one next week.
IRA.
Or the repairs, estimate repairs, maybe estimate repairs. We had a lot of questions today, so
Yeah, we do. I still got.
that'll probably be real helpful.
Yeah, you're right. IRA or estimating repairs. You got to do that stuff quick. Wisdom in red. Is it cool to use Legal Shield for subject to deals or other real estate deals to close them, Eddie?
Legal shield, I haven't never used them.
Me neither. My brother was talking about that though. I might give it a try.
But I don't know if they will have the proper documents though for a subject to deal.
What is,
That's a different ball game.
yeah, it is. It's outside of the realm of a.
Normal thinking.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one right there, Wisdom in red. But good question though. You call up an attorney and be like, can you close the subject to? I don't know. They might.
I don't know about that one, man. It look a little shaky.
I want somebody to know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
Are condos cheap in Gainesville, Michelle? I don't know that one.
Gainesville.
Is that your area?
Talking about
Gainesville?
Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah, I think they are. I need to get in that market down there. It's about 30 minutes from me, 20 minutes from me.
You know what? It's just doing something new, man. Adding another door to your job, right?
Yeah. Well, everybody out there wholesaling though, you want to check in those off markets because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the major cities wholesaling and flipping, so it's the numbers off. Because I know our numbers off a little bit, so we're gonna try some off markets. I did we did a nice little couple of flips in this little off market. We're checking out North Georgia, so a couple of hidden gems.
Nice. Okay. Aleolin Magic said, OMG, hey Chris, I've been watching your channel for a while. I've got an eviction notice out of the blue one day and they couldn't give me a legal reason. Come to find out it was due to my Oleum Magic. I don't see the rest of it. Due to your roommate's pets. I brought the law into the situation and sued the company I was leasing from for false accusations against me. Oh my lord. Whoever's on the lease, a low end magic, I mean, that's who's going to be held responsible. We call it liability.
Right.
All right. Rod Clark says, I appreciate this. Please keep it up. King's Work. When King's Work, you're right in Hampton. When you do a lease purchase, does your tenant buyer have to have an appraisal done when they are at the end of the term trying to qualify for the loan? Come in.
Well, you know,
Come in, Ron.
when they buy it, if they get it through get a loan through the bank, they're gonna do an appraisal anyway.
Mhm.
Now, if they paying cash, of course, you know, you don't need appraisal, but they're going through a lender, the lender gonna require appraisal.
Period. So you can write it up for $1 million. That's not gonna mean it's gonna sell for that. If it appraises for less than the purchase price, King Works, then you better sell it for that. Rod Clark says he has the proof of funds problem also. Just send me an email, and if you want to join our inner circle, we'll give you POS. That's a small thing we do for clients. Or Eddie, I don't know if he does it or not. I got my docs from Kris. Oh, yeah. Gainesville, Florida. She's talking about Gainesville, Florida, Michelle, Eddie. Oh, my Lord. 2 hours in, Eddie. We got to go.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. All questions answered. So you got all the wisdom you need to go hire your contractor. Use what Eddie said. Anything, Eddie, you want to drop for our viewers? So we get out of here.
Get you a professional contractor. If you're a newbie, get you a professional contractor. Get you about 2 or 3 bids. You know, go with the company you feel that can do the job and that you researched and that look like they can do the job. And get you a home inspection, man, before you start rehab.
I'm gonna say that too. Home inspection. I don't always do it, but I always get a termite inspection. I don't play with that. I will not buy a house unless I get a termite inspection. It only costs me $50 because I'm getting so many throughout the year. You can negotiate with a local termite company. They just come in, look around, write it up, and then you're done. I pay $50 or $60 for each one because we're doing so many.
Right.
Know who you're doing business with. Don't give too much money up front. Never give all the money before the work is done. Subscribe to our channel, guys. Share the content if anybody you know wants to be an investor so they don't go out there and make the mistakes that Eddie and I did to set us back. What do you set us back maybe a year, Eddie? All that money we lost?
A lot.
All right. I'll see you guys soon. Kris Haskins, realestateroundup.com. Eddie.
Peace.
Peace, guys.